Hello and welcome back to Kelly Loves K-Pop. I'm Kelly. If it's your first time here, I am a tarot reader who loves K-Pop, so I do readings on K-Pop celebrities. I also do pick-a cards, which I've recently introduced to the channel. I'll have a link up in the cards if you want to check that kind of stuff out. Today we're doing a reading that was requested on the Tumblr about San and Wooyoung from ATEEZ and their friendship. So if you're an ATEEZ fan, what is it? A-Teeny? I'm not sure how to pronounce their fandom name, but if you're a fan of ATEEZ, please stick around. I hope you enjoy this reading. I'll have a link in the description to my Tumblr if you want to send your ATEEZ or general K-pop questions to me. I'd be happy to do a reading for you. Also, if you enjoy this reading, please hit the like button, and I have a link to my Ko-fi page if you'd like to support me. Tips are always appreciated. Okay, and we'll go ahead and set up this reading now. I feel like I need to shuffle just a little bit more. This is my Lost Hollow tarot deck from Pixel Occult. I have edged it. All right. Oh yeah, this is our past, our present, and our future. Okay. So in the past, 10 of Wands. I don't know, I feel like they didn't necessarily get along too great in the past. There was definitely some work they had to put in to make this friendship work. Yeah, I think the suppression card, 10 of Wands, is definitely about being at your limits, like being at your most thin. You know, you're worn the most thin. So, and it couldn't necessarily been that not their personalities clashed, but that they had so much work to do to also be friends on top of it was just almost asking too much at that point. But it presently seems like they work together amazing. Like they found that they have a creative bond, that work really brings them together. They understand their pros and their cons, and they know how to light up the stage. They know how to perform together vocally. Yeah, they're like masters of their creative domain together right now. So their chemistry is like off the charts, friendship wise. Creatively, that's their realm. So in the future, we're gonna have Victory, 6 of Wands. So when this card comes up, I do worry that jealousy can set in a little bit. This card can be about one person maybe being outshining the other. So it doesn't mean necessarily they won't be friends, but there may be just a small string of like jealousy that may, you know, I want to say like the Kelly and Beyonce vibe where they love each other, but it's hard to accept that you're number two, or, you know, just being outshined by someone else's popularity. But it doesn't mean they won't be friends, and it doesn't mean they won't support each other. It just means it might be painful for one party in the future. This is in the future, guys. This is right now. They're doing great. Right now they're doing wonderful. They're really, really vibing. So I'm gonna do a card for San and a card for Wooyoung. Sorry. And pertains to this, and then I'll do a small mini reading on each one of their energies right now, okay? So San is peace. He's the 2 of Swords, okay. And then Wooyoung is the 7 of Cups. Gosh, okay. They both feel like they're making choices, but San feels more like, again, at peace, or just more methodical, strategic about the way he's approaching these decisions. Whereas Wooyoung feels he's approaching it emotionally. And he's being emotionally wrought by it. He is really, really mulling over these things, and it's really, I don't want to say stressing him out, but it's upsetting him in a way. So they may be at a bit of a crossroads about, or an indecision about where they're heading. And I don't think that they're at odds with each other, but whatever this decision is that they're making, they're at different sides of the spectrum. So, like I said, we'll do a reading on each to expand on these energies. But right now, there's a decision for them looming in the air, and it just feels like it's more overwhelming for Wooyoung, where San feels like he's being very logical and detached from the situation. So we'll see what's going on here, okay? I'm gonna shuffle in some more cards. Oops. Also makes me wonder if Wooyoung's a water sign, because I feel like that's a lot of being overwhelmed by those decisions that are emotional. Then again, the small bits I've seen of him also have very fiery energy, so it could be that too. Fire signs like to pretend that they're not as emotional as they are, but they are. My Aries moon will tell you we definitely are emotional beings, emotion bombs, as you will. Okay, let's go ahead and see. Oops. Gotta pin down this tablecloth. Okay, so let's see what San is feeling right now. Okay. Got the Six of Cups, the Hierophant in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse, Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. So some more eights energies. Yeah, the Six of Cups, that's kind of a bit of nostalgia. It's about seeking refuge in things that are comfortable, things that you know well. The Hierophant in reverse, a lot of times to me this is like a gatekeeping card with knowledge or progress. This is about retaining like the structure that is already there, the hierarchy. You know, so the Hierophant guards that knowledge, guards those gates. You know, in reverse, this could be like a lack of direction, in the aspect of like he's waiting on someone above him to tell him what he's supposed to be doing, and maybe he's like waiting around for that. Again, we saw that Two of Swords, so maybe he's waiting on information to make a decision here. The King of Pentacles is about financial instability. So if it's in reverse like this, so it could be too that they're waiting on management or something to pay them something, or there's a lack of income that isn't funding a progression forward. A lot of times, I don't know if they're still in debt to their company for their debut. A lot of groups, young groups are, but I believe ATEEZ has been around for a while, so, and they sell well, so I would assume that they should be pretty paid off in that aspect. I'm not sure, but it could be that the company is withholding a little bit of something from him, or he's done some work and he's waiting on that paycheck, or he honestly, if this pleasure card is more direct, it could be that he himself may have a little bit of a spending problem. Maybe he's not necessarily good with money, and it's given him a little bit of issue. So anyway, this word always trips me up too, because the Eight of Cups is, okay, so yeah, the Eight of Cups is almost, I want to say it's like an apathy of like, it didn't work out, or it is what it is almost, right? So you're Right, like, so he's just not necessarily happy. Again, this Eight of Swords too is about kind of being stuck. Like again, this is a lot of blockages, and he's finding reprieve in the way things used to be, or comforts from home or from his past. Because both of these eights are about a very like blocked or regressive energy. So it feels like Sun's hit some kind of wall. You know, like I said, the Hierophant reverse, it's like there's a traditional aspect, there's a, again, there's a hierarchy, like he's not at a high enough level in something to progress, and he's wondering if it's not worth pursuing. So I'm not sure what it is that's being blocked, but it's like he feels like he's hit a wall. He feels like there's something in the air that's it's too much. I almost want to say like red tape. There's almost like too much bureaucracy, and he's definitely not feeling like it's worth chasing, worth progressing. He kind of wants things to be the way they were. So I wonder if there's a change in the company or a change in their strategy and maybe what markets they're pursuing. If they want to like take the next level, maybe they feel like whatever avenue they've been pursuing, they've hit that wall. You know, they've gone as far as they can in a specific direction, and he's feeling like he wants to go back to something they were doing previously that felt more comfortable for him. Because yeah, this is all blockaged energy. So whatever's going on, he's not really too, I don't want to say he's unhappy about it, but he's kind of just trying to ignore it. He's trying to find the simple pleasures in his life to make him happy, because this is something's not working out in his favor. But I'll go ahead now and do our little reading on Wooyoung, and maybe his energies will help explain. Sometimes when I do these readings, the energies are very interconnected. So I'll be right back with Wooyoung. Okay, we'll see what we can find out on Wooyoung's, you know, what was it, 7 of Cups, where he was a bit overwhelmed by some decisions coming up. Let's see what we can see. Okay, interesting. So we got the Two of Wands, which is about plans. This is about plans. This is about, you know, influence, but this is more about like your influence. Can you influence something? You know, he's the world. He's wanting to spread out. You know, we have the Wands, which are our creative suit. So he definitely wants to pursue new avenues creatively as well. I mean, he's already planning it, basically. Fortitude, Nine of Wands, means he may be getting a little bit of resistance on these ideas, or he's resisting, he's rebelling against something that's being, something that's being, what's the word I'm looking for? proposed, something that's being proposed to him, right? He's not necessarily looking very open to that. And then we have worry, which is like about I want to say, you know, being left out in the cold sometimes, but it's like not having what you need, not having the things that you need, not having the resources you need. So he may feel like whatever plans are coming up, like they're not ready or they don't have what they need to do it. You know, the company may be proposing something that he feels like writing you know, you've ever heard the idiom like writing a check that you can't cash. I think he feels like maybe something is being proposed that's too much, too big, is not going to see the returns. But there is something new on the horizon. There's definitely something, a new start, you know, and you know, this crow's energy is definitely feeding into these cards. So I feel like whatever plans, either he has his own ideas and the company's not leaning on that direction, or he's resistant to the change because he has his own ideas and he feels like it's the wrong direction. It's not going to be supported. It's not going to have the resources it needs to continue. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about, again, prudence, is caution. It's you know, especially in the reverse, it's like stalling, right? This is about like whatever's happening. I keep getting the feeling like he's like, they're not ready. Whatever this idea is, this change that's coming up in both of these readings, maybe he's more emotional about it because it goes against his plans, and he feels like whatever they want them to do, they're not ready for, or they can't afford to do it. Like this 9-1, this is how he's feeling. This is this resistance, this rebellion. This is Wooyoung's energy against like this new start, this new thing. Because traditionally, like back in what, the 1700s, or when tarot back in France and Italy was just beginning, the Fool wasn't about just a new start. It wasn't just a new journey. It was like a reckless, almost a madman's going off of the cliff, right? So if you're not careful, if you're starting these journeys with the resources that you don't have, with too much being held back, with too much resistance, obviously it's folly. It's at your detriment. It's not just some new page you're turning over. And I feel like that's the energy he's carrying. He's very resistant to this change. He does not like it. So maybe that Seven of Cups was really about him. It really was feeling upset about what was going on. So yeah, whatever this new change is, he's going with it, but it's like begrudgingly. He's really not a fan. So I don't know if it's just a new concept or we'll see them pursuing a new market soon. But he feels like it's a bad idea. I can tell you that. He's just totally not pleased. So again, I feel like sometimes I always get into these like kind of heavy readings. I don't mean to. I really go into these readings hoping that I'll just like spread some light and sunshine into your lives. But you know, the life of an idol is a lot of stress. It's very hard. And when you're not in charge of your own, if you're not the boss, you're not in charge of where the group's going, you know, you don't always get your way. You're not always happy with what direction it takes. And, you know, I feel like that's what Wooyoung's going through right now. So, Anonymous, thank you for your question. I hope, you know, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please, please subscribe if you enjoyed your reading. I'll be doing many more ATEEZ readings. I already have some in my request, but they're a group I like to keep up with, so I definitely plan on doing more readings of them in the future. So thanks for watching. As always, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you soon. Bye.